Matron, take them away.
Okay guys, hope you're well. I'm going to go back to market because I can see a decent setup on Wall Street, US 30. And why? Well, I was trading it earlier on today and I did quite well out of it. And there's a setup coming into play right now. Now, I did see in the Discord, Dusty was having a go at this. And I thought I would just carry on what I was doing. Now, if I open this up, you'll see I was at it earlier on and I was buying it. I still think there's a buying opportunity in this. Now, I don't have anything running, so you can kind of see it, and I shouldn't have any orders in. Whoops, sorry. There we are. Haven't got any orders in either. So this is going to be the last trade of the night. And I think it could be a cracker, to be honest. But what are we looking at essentially? Well, there's one drive. So if we're going to target into this, and we put like a fib onto there, just so we can have a look. We've got good room to trade from that 0 up into this 23. The 23 brings it into this cluster, but look, it's come down. It's at an area where it's bounced before. If you run that through, it's kind of equal lows, if you like, creating a floor to push up. Now it's surging. Well, it looks like it's surging now, actually. So where are we at? All right, okay. Give this a second. Let's just look into this a second. All right, I'll give it a... I want to see it recede a little bit. Maybe it's back down into this yellow line. But let me take you through the trade, and then I'll trade it in front of you. I'll trade it live. I'll put it on the bigger screen for you, just so you can kind of see me analyze it. Right. When you're looking at a market like this, you want to be looking at certain characteristics within it. Now, there's a lot of buzzwords around Forex and trading. Let's boil this down to absolute brass tacks, because quite frankly, there's a good reason why 90% fail. 90% of what you listen to is just bollocks.
They've done studies, you know. 60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
It really is. Or it's not bollocks, it's just over-engineered. Think of the market this way. It can only go up, it can only go down, it can go nowhere. You've got 1 in 3 chances of success. Then what you need to do is figure out which direction it's going in. Well, that reduces it as well, and then trap it between 2 levels. And it's going to hit one of the levels. So you can get this down to a better than 50% sort of chance of success. And then as you go through time, you'll start to read the charts and you'll be able to have that success.
Isn't that logical?
You know, my hit rate, as it's well documented, is phenomenal. You know, I'm well above 80% all the time because I'm very choosy with the battles that I take. I don't trade willy-nilly. And I'll show you how good those sort of trading is. Give us a second. Let me pull up my diary. Cumulative returns. Okay, I do lose, by the way, guys. I lose a lot more than you think. I mean, if I start winning, going through here, you'll see there's losses. But let me pop this calendar on. This is my wage calendar from the 1st of January. It's doing all right. You know, in fact, it's doing really, really well. I've got no complaints with this at all. And if I put my cumulatives on, it should be able to show the trades, I think, for this lot. If I put my cumulative return across my accounts, I'm at 20 grand. since the 1st of January. So I'm quite happy with the way that I trade. So when somebody has a pop at me, I think it's from I'm not sure where it's from, to be honest. Maybe it's from not understanding, because this industry is very, very argumentative. There's no right and there's no wrong. You know, if you're getting paid at the end of the week, you're doing it right. Even if you were flicking a coin, you're still doing it right.
Good job.
That's the measuring stick. But let's have a look at the measuring stick of what this is and why I'm going to work this out. The first thing I want to be doing is looking for a definitive high, a definitive low. Definitive high, definitive low. You can see them. And I want to see if the price is contained. So again, I'm looking to contain the price all the time. Okay, fib. So this will give me some boundaries and a framework to work to. Well, I'm already above the 23, so the next one is the 38, then the 50, and so forth. So I'm going to put these in just to work on. Now, I might alter them round because I can see there's another tight range here. But I want a broad stroke. That's what these are going to do. They're going to give me a broad stroke of what I can and cannot work with. Okay. There we go. All right. So, happy with that? Certainly am. Right. Where else am I going to go? Well, next thing is I need to see what current price conditions are. So we're going to step this back one to the 4 hour. Well, we're in a heavy sell. You can see that. So is selling the way forward, or is this plateau the sign of a move the opposite direction? That's the question we've got to ask ourselves. Well, if we have a plateau with this, again, I can see a floor and I can see a high. So I'm going to put the fib back onto this. Now what this is doing, this is highlighting areas of attraction, areas that can interest me. Well, if that's the 23, it's sandwiched between this level and this level. So if that's pushing up, I can start working into this 23 from a high time frame. That's assuming that's the sweep. Okay. Now this will be a quick in and out. Now if I was holding this, I'll be waiting to hit the 23, then I'll trade into the 38. But when you're working a sweep, I'm working from the floor to the stall point. Okay. Take it to a daily. What can we see on the daily? Well, I showed you the floor. You can see the surge, but I can also see that there. All right. So I'm going to drop this back to the hourly, and I want to see what the relationship is with a pivot. I'm going to just drop these off because I don't really need these. These basic indicators give me an idea of what's going on, pressures in the market, etc. But let's just put on an indicator, just the pivot. Right. What can we see here? Well, it opened on that candle there, which is above the pivot. Now the rule of thumb is if it opens above, it'll try and get to R1. If it opens below, it'll try and get to S1. So that, and now look at the pivot. It's highlighting the same area as the higher time frame. Okay, interesting stuff. Now all I've done here, guys, is I've just painted a picture of what the market is. That's it. Made a diagnosis roughly to the upper side. I now need to figure out a way to get into this. So I'm going to look at the 15-minute. What can I see here? Strong drive down, starting to pulse up. Is there anything in here I can use? Well, there is. There's that. That there. So I'm going to drop a fib onto that so I can see what the relationship is. And now, sure enough, it's now giving me clear points where I can work to. Well, I can buy the 38, I can buy the 50, buy the 61 between these 2 points while it's oscillating. Simple way of doing it. And then trade it up. See what that looks like on a 5 minute. Well, on a 5 minute, we can now start to see it rolling round. There's the surge coming in. So we're going to drop an order in. Just going to test the water with the thing. All right. I'll just put that in. Right. Okay. So the first order's in on this level. What we're going to do, it's either going to trigger and fire. Well, if it does, we'll see if it can go up to there, or maybe it's even up to here. You know, nice simple move. It's not out of the ordinary. If I want to push the boundary out, I can put it up to there. Simple. Right, okay. It's triggered in. So what do I do with this now? Well, now, not only have I triggered here, I've got logical points of attraction underneath it that I can work with. Simple stuff. If I want a quick trade, I can just trade it into this level here. So let's have a look. So I could say trade it to that level for a quick 100 quid. You know, that'll pay me reasonably well. £100, boom. When it breaks through, well, then we look to trade up to here. Or we'll build up a position from backwards. But either way, we're going to get paid. And if not, well, I've got exit criteria. I've got swing point here. I've got a swing point there. If I want to push the boat out and have a real good look at it, well, there we are. The areas of attraction. That's all measured out on that. I can put a grey box down here to create an absolute pain threshold. So let's have a look. Rectangle there. So I don't really want to be involved in there. If the price goes into there, it could be a bit painful. Not very good. Don't like pain. What else can I do? I can just manage the thing out. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to look to see if we can make a few quid out of this. And happy days. Okay guys, that's hit target. I'm quite happy. This is rocketing off, surged off heavily to the upper side, but there was a couple of barriers in its path, which was that and that, which as we can see can cause a stall. Boom, we'll get paid, and then if I want to re-enter, well, I can re-enter on this barrier and work to that barrier. But in the process, why would I do that? Because this has just paid me royally. In fact, how much has it paid me? There you go. That's just bumped that wages up. Fantastic for the day. And that includes these losses as well. Now, if we just have a look at that trade individual, 211 plus 351.50, and roughly where I chickened out 1150. Whoops, sorry, 351.50, 351.50 plus 11.50. 50. Well, I made a complete cock of that, didn't I, boys and girls?
Bring on the dancing girls. Get rid of this idiot. Fuck you. Off.
Made a right cock. That's obviously getting excited. Were you getting excited when I said the naughty word there?
Oh, that's disgusting.
See that? She's dirty, you know. She's a naughty girl.
Honestly.
There you are. 574 quid in however long that was. Wasn't long. You know, a few songs, 10 minutes, something like that. I can live with that. But actually look at this. So I was right to target where I did, because it screamed up and it's come straight back down. Well, if I hadn't seen that, I would have lost it if it was targeting up here somewhere. So it targeted correctly. So what's the moral of the story? Well, don't be greedy. You know, once you've committed to your trade, have a coffee, because we all know Scruffy likes a coffee, and let it play out. Now, in this process, we were looking to trap it between 2 points. Boom. We were looking to target to a point where it could reverse. And as we've just seen, that's exactly what it did. But there's a high probability for it to push up. One of the things that we do know about trading is timing is very difficult. And I'll often just put a little bit in, see how it goes, and then build the position backwards. Now, I very rarely time the market bang on the head of the nail. And it's why I say I never look for the top, I never look for the bottom, I look for the bit in the middle. So I'm expecting it to oscillate. And if I'm expecting that, why shouldn't I capitalize on it? And that's exactly what I've done. So there you go. Yeah. You're shopping, aren't you?
For food, though.
Bloody hell.
No, you have to eat.
Should we just go to the pub? Do you want to go to the pub?
Go on then.
All right.
You asked.
Did you see how much persuading she took there?
You asked.
When you're done laughing, do you like cups of tea and slices of cake?
No, but you took me up on it.
Well, yeah, who wouldn't?
What do you mean, who wouldn't?
I assume most people would.
Would they? Do you think Linda Carter would go? That'll be no.
Well,
she doesn't like Linda Carter. You know. For those of you who don't know who Linda Carter is, this is Linda Carter. Ah, it was a good moment, that. Shall we go and have a good moment? I mean, in the pub.
Yes, in the pub.
What did you lot think we were talking about? So, we're all happy. She's spending money. I'm about to go to the pub. And I've made some money. That's what trading is. You want freedom. Treat it like a job. It'll pay you as a job. A very well paid job. Simple stuff. So if you're stuck, I'm very easy found. Drop down in the description or the comments. You'll find all my contact details. Do ask your questions in the comments. I genuinely answer every single one of them. If you send an email or whatever, I genuinely get back to you. And down in the description, you'll find a free Telegram group. I set it up so there's no dickheads allowed in. There's no sellers allowed in. You can have a nice chat amongst yourselves. And I drop in throughout the day and you can ask me whatever you want. So as always, guys, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.